Did you know that the Cold War shaped what we now call artificial intelligence? So from things like online credit scoring to health diagnostic apps, and even things like surge pricing for concert tickets, most of the ways that AI-based systems are being used in our society now boils down to measuring uncertainty as probabilities. And that obsession with avoiding uncertainty doesn't just start with the invention of the smartphone. It was actually forged during the Cold War. So the first half of the 20th century was pretty much defined by catastrophe. 2 world wars, economic collapse, genocide, and then the terrifying arrival of nuclear weapons. And the aftermath of all of this instability wasn't just an era of technical innovation, it was also an era of focusing on creating stable systems that would keep society from ticking back into chaos again. That sense of fear shaped a whole new way of thinking, something that became cybernetics, or the study of self-regulating systems. And this is the ancestor of what we now call AI. So in the 1950s, scientists from all sorts of different fields gathered at this big conference, which had funding from the US military, to answer a shared question. How can we control complex systems in a completely unpredictable world? And their answer was to think of everything, including people, as a system that can be monitored, adjusted, and stabilized. Their definition of a good system was one that could sense a deviation, correct it, and then return to equilibrium. So these weren't neutral design choices. They reflect a post-war worldview, one that promises stability over surprise and control over ambiguity. A belief that the future needs to be managed, not left unchecked. So we can still see signs of that everywhere today in the way that we use AI. So think about things like traffic apps that predict congestion, or ride-hailing apps that estimate demand surges after a concert, or even things like online credit scoring systems, or the rise of health tracking apps. Underneath the design, they're all doing the same thing. They detect risk, they minimize deviation to keep the system running. So when we talk about AI, we're not just talking about technology. We're also talking about some cultural choices made in a very specific historical moment that are still embedded in code today.